Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Welcome to your preview for Chelsea versus Sheffield United. Such a tantalising fixture that everyone's looking forward to. Look, this is going to be a very interesting game. Why? Because Chelsea versus Sheffield United is one of the games on the fixture list right now that Chelsea have coming up that many people on paper would deem very kind. But at Chelsea Football Club, that's not quite how it works nowadays. So we're going to get into what I expect, what we might see, what we won't, etc. But before we do, make sure that you are catching the watch along tomorrow live as we do watch Chelsea versus Sheffield United together. And in order to do that, and to catch all the content that drops on here, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded as well. Review coming after the game as usual, and we'll see how it all goes down. We'll go through hell together once again. We went through it last week, and we'll go through it this week. And on top of that, it's not just that. We have Newcastle coming up midweek in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. So that's going to be interesting. But let's forget that. We've got tomorrow to focus on. Off the bat, I have to say this. Sheffield United are currently sitting bottom of the Premier League, right? Bottom of the Premier League, tied on points with Burnley, but they've got a really bad goal difference, minus 29, and they lost 5-0 to Burnley not long ago. So, they're now bottom, and they are 11 points behind Chelsea. Not saying Sheffield United are going to catch Chelsea or anything, well... You never know, but no, I don't think so. However, Sheffield United have recently just had a change of management, right? Paul Heckingbottom was in charge of Sheffield United and it was all going wrong. And if you'd watched Sheffield United, especially in that 5-0 loss to Burnley at Turf Moor, you would have seen before the red card was given, Sheffield United's shape was, can I just say, horrific. Absolutely horrific. Positioning was all over the place. Tactically, it was a mess, right? An absolute mess. It looked like schoolboys running around. The results prior to that suggest the same thing. They weren't winning. Then Paul Heckingbottom gets sacked. Chris Wilder steps in. They lose 2-0 to Liverpool, but they played better. They managed to get themselves at least up to what is deemed a respectable level. And then their last game at home to Brentford, they win. And you look at Sheffield United and the way that they set up, and it's different. Defensively, more solid. They've got more bodies committing back to defend. They may be sitting a little lower, but they're a lot more compact. They've got extra men coming in to support that defence. Lines are very closed up. You've got people now throwing their bodies properly, really going for it. They look motivated. There's a bounce, right? Overall, there's just a big bounce, right? And now they've got to play Chelsea. So this is why I want to say, if they still had Paul Heckingbottom, I'm going to be honest with you, I would be coming on here and telling you, look, no matter how bad we are, at the bridge especially, we'll win. Yeah, we'll win. With Chris Wilder, there's a lot of people saying, nah, we're going to win, surely, Sheffield United. I wouldn't jump the gun. I have to say, it really should be a Chelsea win. Come on, Sheffield United at home should be a Chelsea win. But Chris Wilder has come with this Sheffield United to the bridge and done a number on us in the past, hasn't he? Tactically, I wouldn't put it past Chris Wilder to just frustrate us for the entire afternoon. And when looking into this game, he did come out and say that, look, we're travelling to London expecting to go and get a result. If not, we wouldn't bother to go. He's going to say something along those lines, but it's bold. Also said that we have an idea in terms of what to do to get a result. And it concentrates mainly on the first half. And when you interpret that, what does it mean? Of course, it means that if you are managing to keep yourself in the game against Chelsea for the first half, second half, chances are we will capitulate, right? Don't know why, don't know how, but we lose our heads, we go left, I don't know, it goes wrong, right? So Sheffield United know what they need to do. For Chelsea, we have a couple of, I would say, a turn of fortunes in one department, but another bad turn of fortunes in another. The good news is that Nkunku is back. available in the squad, has trained fully, is ready, right? So we'll talk about that when we get into the lineups, because I've got a little... Some would look at it as a surprise. Personally, I don't think it's a surprise, but we'll get into that. On the flip side, players are out. We've not only got Sanchez out now, goalkeeper is going to be out for a few weeks. So we are going to be introducing Petrovic. And look, I know nothing about him. We've not seen him since he's come, even in the games like against Blackburn. Do you remember when I was saying, play Petrovic, we need to be able to see what he's about? I don't know what he's about, right? Luckily, Poch does, you'd think, because they're training together. But none of us know anything unless if you've seen him in the MLS. But that's a different... that's like apples and pears. You have an idea in terms of maybe his style, but you can't really dictate the level. You know, because he's never played Premier League football before. He's going to be in goal now, and with pressure, right? Even at his young age, but he's got to pull out the stops in the Premier League now because Sanchez is going to be out for a little while. So there's that. On top of that, Cucurella out for a few weeks, it seems. He's still getting assessed. Reece James gone for the season as far as I'm concerned, right? So in terms of our fullbacks, what are we going to do? Luckily, Gusto has trained. And we'll get into Gusto when I tell you the starting 11. On top of that, everyone else seems like it's all the same. Lavia is not ready yet, it seems, although Nkunku is, like I've already mentioned. So that's the team news. So how do we approach this? Because Chelsea right now are in such a mess, right? And I'm going to be completely real with you. We'll see how we play tomorrow. But even if Chelsea get one of those narrow wins, you know, one of those... Let me be real. Chelsea right now as a football club, as an institution, are a complete joke, right? Chelsea will win a football match. We aren't going to go winless from now to the end of the season. If not, we're going down. We will get relegated if that happens, yeah? We will win. And it's these sort of games that you expect. You look at the fixture list. We've got Sheffield United... Then we got Newcastle midweek in the Cup. Then we got Wolves. Then we got Palace. Then we got Luton. Then we got Preston in the Cup. Then we got Fulham, right? You'd think that's what people deem a kind fixture list. With Chelsea, though, it's those teams that you think it's all going to go right, and it just goes wrong. And the last game against Everton was so bad, right? And people are going to say, no, we played a bit better than we did against Manchester United. We didn't play well. End of story. But you know why we're not playing well. It's obvious. It's obvious. We have so many different factors of what's going wrong. Do not expect Chelsea to just wake up one morning and, oh, everything's fixed. You know? Psychologically, you can definitely, without a question, tell that players are suffering. You can tell that Poch is looking out of his depth. You can tell that what we have available in the squad, even though on paper looks amazing, on the pitch is not going to cut it. And for that reason, we are playing where we are right now. So I am honestly, I'm going to be real. Tomorrow, I'm not expecting an easy afternoon. People are, I'm not. And I think Sheffield United know that too. And Sheffield United have Chris Wilder back. There's a nice energy there. They are, again, just like Everton. This is why I was so sure that we'd lose against Everton. And I gave you the flipping correct scoreline as well. I said we'd lose 2-0. It ended up finishing 2-0. Because they've got characteristics that are going to carry them 90 minutes that we're missing. Forget tactics. Forget the ball. Forget just players willing to put themselves through walls. Everton have that with Sean Dyche. Sheffield United will have that with Chris Wilder. The thing that lets Sheffield United down, unlike Everton, is just their ability. Are they going to have enough quality? Chelsea, on the flip side, you'd think carry enough quality, but we ain't got anything up here. We ain't got anything in here. We ain't got anything in terms of when you're looking at the tactical approach, the mistakes that we make. That's what's holding us back, multiple different factors. So I know they're going to possess the one ingredient, Sheffield United here, that is going to help them at least for 90 minutes. Whereas with us, I'm not expecting it. And that is the ability to just act and perform at a moment where the going gets tough. Sheffield United are going to come with that. And you best believe they're going to smell a bit of blood, which is crazy for a team that's bottom of the league, right? You'd think we should be smelling the blood. I'd hope. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised with a very narrow win, but I will tell you my score prediction at the end of this video. Let's get into the starting 11 and how I think it's all going to go down. So without further ado, here's the starting 11. Let's get cracking. Starting off in goal, we know, like I've already said, it's Petrovic in goal. This is also a big experiment. We don't know what to think with Petrovic. I hope he plays well. I hope he's good enough. We're just hoping. We'll wait and see from minute 1 tomorrow what he's made of. I mean, he came on against Everton and he conceded. But, well, was it his fault? Probably not. That goal was coming anyway, whether you liked it or not. Everton were always going to score the second because we checked out. Petrovic, I'm hoping, is going to put on a good performance and we get to discover what he's about. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but this is what we're doing. We're having to turn away from our number one goalkeeper, who is Sanchez, that people disagree with in the first place. And we're having to turn to our number 2, who is an 18-year-old, or 19, I think he's 18, who has not played a minute of Premier League football and we know nothing about. Just goes to show you where we are right now. So I don't want to put pressure on him. Whatever he does tomorrow, I won't even blame him. I just won't. So we'll see. Unless he puts in a brilliant performance, then I will give him all the praise in the world. So that's Petrovic. In defence. Look, we have to talk about something here. And that's Thiago Silva. Right? It's quite funny where people are talking about Thiago Silva and just going, no, take him out of the team. We can't do with him. Right? Thiago Silva is the one bit of organisation, leadership, and experience that we have in this team, and we're going to take it out. Why? Mainly, the reason seems to be because of height, right? Thiago Silva's not small, but people would prefer to play Disasi alongside Badiashile because of height, or Levi Colwell because of height. Thiago Silva absolutely needs to be in this defence. For the games that he can play, I can't say that he has to play every game because he can't. He didn't play Everton, so he's rested. He's playing tomorrow and he's playing in the Cup because he has to. It's Thiago Silva, even at 39, but he's all we got. You see the way he times his tackles. You see the way that he organises. You see how he relies on his experience. We need to. Unfortunately, that's where we are. I would love to say, no, he's 39, we're not playing him. We'll use him where we can, and because we've got everyone else. It's not looking like that. I would play him alongside Badiashile. That would be my centre-back pairing. And right back, look, he's just come into the fold. But I'm sorry, he has to play. There's no one else that we can put. It's as simple as that. On the left-hand side, it's not as complicated. On the left, well, actually, I take it back. I would play Maatsen. You would definitely play Maatsen. I think most people would play Maatsen, but there's a big concern that he's probably not even going to be in the squad, or he's just not going to be used. Or even if he's on the bench, he's just sitting there, and because he's going to be leaving in January like he's expected to. We ain't got a left back now. Chilwell's out, Cucurella's out. It's funny, I was speaking about Cucurella possibly being let go in January. Well, bosh, here we are. Now he's injured and we ain't got him. Look what we're left with. And there's talk about Lewis Hall potentially returning because Newcastle are going to be struggling, it seems, to keep him based on the deal that was an obligation, I think, to do with a clause of certain amount of performances, which he's not actually had yet, or appearances. So we'll see how that one turns out, but I do expect Newcastle to sign him anyway. I do think that they'll trigger the obligation and they'll get it done. But anyway, that's a story for a different day. But we ain't got anyone else. So Maatsen, for me, has to play. He has to. We ain't got anyone. On the right-hand side, we truly don't have anyone. Even having to play Cucurella right back, we can't do that. He's not available. So who are we playing right back? Disasi? No. Gusto, he trained. I would tell him to play, but I would try and protect him and take it easy and don't go into any crazy challenges. Don't do anything stupid, but just find your rhythm and just please just play. You know, that's where we are. in terms of the right back position. So there's that. If not, we will be left with literally no fullbacks and no goalkeeper or Petrovic debuting today. That's going to be how we set up. I don't want that. So I would play Gusto and we'll see what happens. Moving forward, the midfield, it's funny, on All You Can Eat Chelsea earlier on today, we spoke about Caicedo and Enzo and how it's absolutely insane that even with those two and Lavia, that we look completely out of balance. Even having spent 270 million or whatever it cost to get those 3 players through the door. Lavia we've not seen yet. But with the profile of players that we know that they are, what we're seeing from them when they play and what we're lacking, it's actually crazy to think that, we actually still don't have the balance that we need. Defensively and offensively. When you look at these two players, defensively, they leave space. They do get exposed. And offensively, there's not much going on. There's no goals, there's no assists, there's no passes that are going to make it through. Enzo slightly sometimes, but it's crazy when you think about that. And I do think those two players will eventually come good, but it's actually bonkers to be spending that much money and not have balance in your midfield. It's crazy. But those two have to play. We ain't got anyone else. Those two have to be the ones. They have to be the ones. In front of them, it's got to be Conor Gallagher. He's come under scrutiny, weirdly enough, because he's Conor Gallagher. And, about being a key player on the pitch and whatnot. And respectfully, look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Should he be a key player? No. Is he a key player? Yes. Is he the best midfielder that we've had this season? Yeah. Should he be the best midfielder? No. But just because he is the best midfielder doesn't mean that, oh my God, he is flipping bread and butter. He's amazing. He needs to... No. His level is his level. Realistically, for Chelsea, it should be squad player. Not someone that you're looking and going, oh, I absolutely need to have you in the team. But right now, it's true. We absolutely just need to have Gallagher because of the attributes that he does bring, which the others don't. It's actually it's crazy. It's crazy. So Gallagher, for me, plays. I won't put Nkunku there in place of Gallagher. I'll tell you how Nkunku is going to fit in. Let's get cracking. In terms of the rest of the players, on the left-hand side, I would go Sterling. On the right-hand side, I would go Palmer. Palmer needs to play, Gallagher's got to play, therefore Palmer's got to go to the side, therefore Sterling's got to go back to his left, and therefore Mudryk's got to be on the bench. Simple as that, yeah? That's how I would personally set up, and that's what I think gives us the best chance. Palmer on the right-hand side has actually performed when he's been called upon. Sterling on the left, Sterling needs to play as well, just for the sake of having some sort of relative experience in this team, which is crazy, because that's how much we're lacking, right? But he's our best chance of getting something. Do you know what I mean? So Sterling plays, has to, and Mudryk, I'm afraid, got to be on the bench. Simple as that. Simple as that. Up top, I would start off with Broja. Or I would deem Broja being okay to start off with. Why? Because Broja, at least physically, I think, in that low block that we know Sheffield United are going to come up against, with the bodies that they're going to be put in as lampposts on that pitch tomorrow, right? They are going to have a level of physicality and, like I said earlier on, those that proper, I won't say attitude. They're gonna be there when the going gets tough, and they can thrive in that environment. Broja, I think, physically gives us the best chance to beat their central defenders. Yeah. Do I think that he's perfect? No. Is he Chelsea level? Still debatable. But I would play Broja ahead of Jackson tomorrow, because I honestly think in an environment like that tomorrow against Sheffield United, I think Jackson gets rinsed. I think he gets dominated, physically at least. So personally, Armando Broja steps in, and later on, Nkunku can't come in straight away and play 90 minutes. I wouldn't play Gusto as far as I'm concerned for 90, but we ain't got a choice there. Nkunku, for me, comes on later. Second half, give him 45 minutes, or give him 45, 35 minutes. I think that would be class. So if Broja's not cutting it, bring Nkunku on and stick him up top. I wouldn't even take off Gallagher. I wouldn't take off Palmer or anyone like that. I would stick Nkunku up top, and please give us something up there. So that would be, ladies and gentlemen, my starting 11. Let me know your starting 11s in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button in order to catch all the content on here before I give my prediction. Thank you all so much. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded as well. Make sure you're here for the watch along tomorrow. My score prediction, I'm going to be real. If this was Paul Heckingbottom Sheffield United, I'll be honest with you. I would say Chelsea will win 2-0. It's not even a battering. Maybe even 3. Just because Paul Heckingbottom Sheffield United was so crazy bad. Tactically, the shape, they were all over the place. You could just walk straight through them. Chris Wilder, different story. And for that reason, I honestly think it's going to finish 1-1. And that's an unacceptable result, but I think it'll finish 1-1. So, I don't think it's going to be easy. But that's my prediction. Let me know yours down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for the game. As it kicks off, we will be here for the watch long and we'll see what happens. I hope I'm wrong and I hope Chelsea pick up 3 points because we absolutely have to. We're 12th. Wolves, Bournemouth are level on points with us. Crystal Palace are 3 points behind us. They have a chance to catch us if they do in fact pick up 3 points, which is very rare nowadays. But we could drop to 14th. I don't want that. So... And even if we win, we have a chance to go back up to 10th. And that's if Fulham and Brentford don't bottle it. Or if they do bottle it. If they don't, we stay in 12th. So it's not a good situation whatsoever. We got to pick up 3 points. Let's see what happens. And we'll watch the game tomorrow. So I'll see all of you tomorrow for that. Thank you all very much for watching. And I'll catch you then. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.